So once again, a very warm good morning, and I would like to welcome all the distinguished guests, the medical leaders, the cancer winners, volunteers, and ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, a big thank you for giving me a wonderful opportunity to be part of this a profound initiative. I would call it very, very profound because it is not just another Aster volunteer initiative. It is something far beyond. It encompasses three important aspects. And what is that three important aspect? They are the three C's. And what is the first C? It is the community of hope. The second C, the most important components of this wonderful initiative that has been launched today. Congratulations to everybody on this UAE chapter, Aster Volunteers Cosmos. As I said, it's a great initiative with a very, very profound thought. But let me start by saying that when the patient gets diagnosed as a cancer, the first aspect that goes into his mind is one of fear, uncertainty. What is there in store for me? Beautifully explained, gone through those dark moments. Needless to say that this is her brainchild and taken forward is only because she knows, she understands, she empathizes with each and everybody who has been diagnosed. But when the circle of support, but paving the way because every person would like to live with dignity, live with respect, and would like to be independent. This support that is given to this person is all about Cosmos. I also look at Cosmos, at the end of it, when you give this support, that warmth, that smile, hold the hand of the person, what is it all for? It generates what is called as hope. Cosmos is hope. And once again, I'd like to say, hope is not a simple word in itself. I'd like to put it into simple terms. The H of the hope stands for healing. The O stands for optimism, positivity, to tell a person you are make it. The P stands for patience, perseverance. It's a long journey at times. But the E stands for empowerment, to say that you are going to be soon on your own. And that is hope. Cosmos is synonymous with hope. And I'd also like to add another dimension to Cosmos. What does Cosmos generally mean? If you look into the dictionary, it's actually constellation, a group of stars. Today, friends, the Aster volunteers are those countless stars. All of you who have pledged today, who have joined this movement and would like to contribute, each and every one of you is one among those countless stars. You are going to be the person who is holding the hands of the individual to take him through. And to tell the person that beautiful slogan that has come out which says, no one should fight cancer alone. But once again, friends, let me tell you, it is not just a slogan. Friends, it is a promise. It is a promise that all of us keep to say, we are with you and you are not alone. I would fail in my duties if I do not thank Sarah at this point in time. And I can tell you when Sarah called and holding the hand. I was just a family member. Today, We are so lucky with the Cosmos program that you have so many of you working together. And thanks to Dr. Sharbas to giving the light to this, making it so huge by combining it with the Aster volunteers. So I'd like to just say a big thank you. A thank you to each one of you. A thank you to the Aster volunteers who are the constellation of stars. Thank you to every one of you who are going to walk that extra mile with everyone just to say you are not alone fighting this, giving them that hope, the strength, the courage. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Malti, for inspiring us. Dr. Sharma spoke about the uniqueness of this gathering today. In this gathering, we have a lot of healthcare providers, doctors, nurses, paramedics, back office people, CEOs, business heads, operations people. But the uniqueness of this gathering is we also have proud survivors among us. Is that true? Can I see the hands of the proud survivors who wear the victory crown like me? There you are. Among the survivors, I'm sure we have few people who are still in the fight. I'm sure there are people who have given up hope. I'm sure there are people who are looking for someone who can give them that hope. I'm sure in this gathering today, there are family members, friends who have held the hand and walked the journey with someone that you love. I'm sure in this gathering, there are people who have lost their loved ones in the journey as well. Keeping in mind that sentiment, we have a small video from one of our colleagues who wants to share his experience as a family member that cancer is a very, very difficult, life-limiting disease. Not everybody is able to see the light at the end of the tunnel. But what is the beauty of this video? Just watch here and then you'll be encouraged, I'm sure.
It was hard seeing your wife getting diagnostic ill and okay, she passed away, all right, but during this journey also you reflect on the person. I think the best can describe her if she was a really, really strong woman. She was the one saying, hey guys, I'm not dying, okay? So keep it up. Okay, we're gonna fight, we're gonna go together on this journey. I want to keep the positive memory of her. So that's why I'm here today, to honor her and give something back to the community. I remember we were invited to a friend's house for dinner, for Christmas Eve. Yeah. She thought this was a food poisoning when we went to the emergency and they found that so it was not a food poisoning itself, it was a cancer on the stage 4. My wife's case was very unique. Even before joining Aster, okay, we do as a family every 6 months a full checkup. And most of the cancers, if are early detected, can be cured. In our case, opportunity case, it was very advanced stage of cancer. So the doctors did all the best that they can do, but end of the day, it's a God will. We have a lot of questions that start, it's serious, it's not serious, which stage,
please take a stance for the photo as well, please.
Dr. Ramanathan, Group Medical Director, Aster Hospitals and Clinics UAE, and he is joining our panel today as a cancer survivor. Ms. Celine Jacob, Chief Operating Officer for Aster Hospitals Cluster 2. Dr. Alka Kalra, psychologist, founder and director of EduScan Group. Let me call upon Ms. Sara Ilyas, Vertical Chief Nursing Officer, Aster Hospitals and Clinics UAE, Bahrain and Oman, as moderator for the panel discussion today.
Good morning, dear panel members, panelists. Morning? Is it a good morning? Yeah, Dr. Pranay? Yeah. I'm sure all the oncologists, oncosurgeons are so excited to see Cosmos coming forward. All of you have been a part of this Cosmos when it birthed, but at that time it was a tiny seed that we'd sown in the ground. And today we are unveiling a new chapter of Cosmos under Aster Volunteers. So I'm sure it's pretty exciting, isn't it? Okay. So I have few questions, maybe one each. We have a big panel today, but to begin with, my first question is for Dr. What is the honest, real hope you're able to offer them in the first conversation, Doctor?
Hello, Sister Sarah. I think this is one of the most difficult questions in oncology you can ask us. Asking an oncologist how to treat breast cancer, how to treat any cancer is very easy because everything is protocol based. But when it comes to breaking the news or counseling the patient about the cancer diagnosis, maybe first time, it is very difficult because it carries lot of variables. One variable is patient's family, second variable, patient's economic status, and also what is the patient's mindset, what is the cancer which patient has, which stage cancer is it, and lastly and not the least, we as a human across the table have mood swings also. Our mood also plays a role. So how will I break the news cannot be broken in one sentence or as a protocol. It's a long way to learn, and today also I am learning. And by learning only I am changing myself day by day. In Adyar Cancer Institute, in Tata Memorial, in Kidwai, everywhere we learned how to treat a cancer patient. But only one person who was my mentor, Dr. Advani from Mumbai, maybe Dr. Malti may be knowing him, he taught me how to talk to patients. Whenever the patient walks in your chamber, be a listener first. Don't talk. Ask his stories, come out, let him come out, let him come out, let him come out. And once the patient starts coming out, just break the news very silently with a word, don't worry, you have a cancer. Don't worry, we will treat it. We have treatment available. For this statement, it's not only the words which carry, it is our emotions, our body language, our gestures, everything will mix up and carry to the patient. The day I have a bad body language, definitely patient will perceive it. In the first instance, there is no need to tell full treatment guideline to the patient. You need to tell, yes, we have treatment. We have treatment for you. As a medical oncologist, we have some idea which is a curable cancer, which is not curable cancer. In curable cancer, we can always tell, don't worry, you will be cured. Where the cancer is going to be just controlled, we can tell, yes, you are going to get controlled. We have treatment. Next step, we can always tell the patient, we should not tell rather, I am thinking like that, why you have come late? Rather we can tell, okay, don't worry, it's not too late. For me, when a stage 4-3 cancer comes, I tell, good, at least it has not gone to the liver. At least it has not gone to the lung. When the CA breast with bone metastasis comes, I will tell, yes, still it is controllable because though it's a bone metastasis, it has not gone to the liver or brain. That's how it is. See, I am a cardiac patient, and when I had a cardiac issue, my extended family was back in India. I did everything without family support. But cancer cannot be done without a family support. And there comes the role of family counseling also, where you need to counsel family because they also have to be ready for the battle for the cancer patients. So this is an ongoing learning which I am still learning. Secondly, what I do is nowadays, what I have started is, in first or second sitting, when I am finding that patient is mentally weak, to hear how he will battle the cancer, I will call patient's family in a separate meeting, make them sit for half an hour, talk to them, explain them about treatment, and then I will go ahead. This I have included in my strategy since 1 month only. This is how I do. It takes time and it's a big learning process, Sarah. This I can't tell in words or in small panel discussions.
Yes, doctor. This is something that requires a longer discussion. But thank you so much, Dr. Pranay. Being your patient treated by you, I think it has been a privilege and a blessing. Moving on to Dr. Afsul. Doctor, if you can take the mic. My question for you is family more confidence rather than fear?
When we hear the name cancer, the thing is 20 years back, it was very difficult for everyone to battle all these things, okay? Now the science has advanced in such a way that everything has advanced, even chemotherapy, radiation, surgery, everything has advanced in such a way that there are a lot of patients who get cured. The thing is, main ideology behind all these things is find it as early as possible. Read our own body physiology. Everyone should understand what happens in our body. If you feel some lump, if you feel some abdominal distension, not from our routine, if it changes, we should pick it up early so that the disease can be picked up early, treated early. The science has advanced in such a way that we are now de-escalating all the surgical procedures. We are preserving the organs. Previously, we used to remove all the radicality of surgery was very high in such a way that we used to remove that organs. So now we are preserving the organs with advancement of technology and the medical oncology and the chemotherapy and all. Now there are targeted therapies, now there are immunotherapies. So much so that when we operate and when the specimen goes to lab, there won't be any disease. So nowadays it's very important to pick up early, and now every person have their mobile phones, they have artificial intelligence, AIs, even every guidelines are there, so everyone is reading. So pick the disease early and don't get fear of cancer. Early stage cancer, curable, locally advanced, it is again, it can be curable with all the therapies. Even it is metastatic, it is manageable. So don't think this it is end of world. No, it's not 20 years back. Now we are in an era of everything. So we are battling with all these armamentariums.
Thank you so much, Dr. Afzal. It's so encouraging, dear audience, isn't it? It's so encouraging to see how medical science and technology are collaborating together to an extent where an artificial intelligence is playing a role today in the way we treat patients with cancer. Thank you so much, doctor. That is really very reassuring, and I'm sure this will help patients to get away with the fear that usually comes with the word cancer. My next question is for Dr. Mohammed Azam Zaidi. Doctor, being a hemato-oncologist, I think you walk the journey with your patient for a longer duration compared to other type of cancers. So in your experience, doctor, how much does a patient emotional state of mind and the people around them actually help shape how they cope with the treatment?
Thank you. Thank you, first of all, for this kind invitation and for this launch of the program. Really appreciated Cosmos Aster about the social voluntary support, which we really need because, first of all, and end of all, we are human as a physician, but also we are obliged whenever we are sick for the first time, continuity of the visiting a patient and treatment of the patient duration, we are obliged to say the reality, what is it. So always when you sit with the first time with the patient, will you still a battle, despite 25 years experience in this field, remain as the first time you sit with the patient and a battlefield. How to inform the patient, how to see the patient that you have a cancer, how to manage the emotion of the patient, not only the patient, balance of the patient. Mainly when a patient came to know and start to search in Google and to have absorb a lot of information, could be realistic for him, could not be realistic. For this, doctor is obliged to send realistic information to the patient, whatever good, whatever bad. And here comes Cosmos Aster to play a major role, how to absorb his anger, how to absorb his fear, how to make his stabilized in the pathway of treatment, despite in case in the pathway of outcome survival, can be survival, or unfortunately in some cases came to be lost tunnel. And here also is the main work of Cosmos to play the role of hospice, how to guide the patient from the life to the death. So congratulations, really appreciate. Our work, yes, is effective, how to transmit a cure whenever it's possible.
That was really very reassuring, Dr. Mohammed Azam. Now, can I have the mic to the lady in the panel? I see only Dr. Anu as the female medical oncologist. Doctor, I believe that you come across more female patients, if I'm not wrong, compared to male patients. And emotions, the way male process and handle their emotions and the way female handle their emotions is way too different now. This is by design of the creator, yeah? So my question for you, Dr. Anu, is families desperately want to help, but often don't know how. What is one thing loved ones get wrong when supporting someone in the treatment, and what should they do instead?
So the motto of Cosmos is no one should fight cancer alone. It's a blessing that you have your family with you to take care of you during your cancer journey, and that's something that cannot be replaced. But sometimes what happens is that families in their enthusiasm or in their love, they go above and beyond, and they give a lot of uh, well-meaning actually, but sometimes it might be detrimental to the patient also. So one of the things is that, like Dr. Malati was mentioning about her father, the patient might be going through a lot of pain. They might be, their moods might not be, they'll be having mood swings. So a lot of compassion is required to actually handle these mood swings. You should not like react in a normal way. You should understand what the patient is, the psyche that the patient is going through, and deal with that accordingly. Not like you're dealing with your spouse as you would normally do. And like Mr. Hakim was telling, showing love is very, very important, because there will be a lot of fears, anxieties, fear of abandonment, the physical changes that are going through. All of these will be concerning for the patient. So showing love is very, very important. Another thing is that a lot of the family, they will be reading up things on the internet, or some friends or family will be saying, do this, do that, and they will come with all these things to the patient. And they're going through chemotherapy, they'll be having battling nausea, vomiting. It will be very difficult to follow all these advice. So listen to what the doctor is saying most importantly, and with your advice, just these other advice that you hear from other people, run it through the doctor before you impose it on the patient. One of my patients actually, he was coming and telling me, Doctor, I won't eat masala dosha. My wife is not letting me. Can you please tell her, can I have a masala dosha? So such things, don't be very rigid. You're showing your love, but don't be very rigid in the way that you're approaching.
That's a beautiful question and a beautiful response. So, a big round of applause to Dr. Anu. Here, Dr. Anu, I can even share my own personal experience when I was going through my chemotherapy and the tantrums and the mood swings that comes with the chemotherapy. I remember one instance where I was so hungry and I had asked my daughter, she's sitting right over there in the audience, I had asked my daughter to serve me salad. I don't want to eat. I broke down. I cried like a baby. And this is where my cosmos, my family understood. Instead of taking that negatively, my daughter said to my son, who was just standing there and looking at mother and saying, what just happened to mom? What's the big deal with the curry touching the salad? He was not able to process that. And then my daughter turns to her brother, says that it's okay, it's just the chemo. Yeah. So that is the kind of support and understanding that family can give. Now, we have heard from the expert clinicians, medical oncologists, surgical oncologists. Now is the time that we hear from someone who has sat on both the sides of the table, from being a practicing doctor to someone who had gone through the journey. None other than our group medical director, Dr. Ramanathan. But today he is a member of the panel representing himself as a cancer fighter and a survivor. Sir, like I said, you sat on both sides of the table. The doctor who treats and the patient who feared. In your hardest moment, what did you need that had nothing to do with medicine?
Thank you, Sarah, for including me in the panel. I would say that when a doctor becomes a patient, the emotions that he undergoes, I felt that I needed a dispassionate mentor. Family members sometimes are very emotional and are not able to support you adequately. You needed someone somebody who is very God-fearing, very practical, at the same time reassuring.